Imagine fleeing your homeland for safety, only to be told, go back or face the consequences. For Russian dissidents in the US, this nightmare is now a reality, and Canada might be their last hope. In the United States, Russian dissidents who once stood up against Putin's regime now face the terrifying possibility of deportation back to their homeland. Activists warn that the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, is preparing another mass deportation flight, despite pleas for international intervention. Among those at risk is 27-year-old Vladislav Krasnov. Once a key organizer of anti-Putin protests led by Alexei Navalny, Krasnov now finds himself trapped in a legal limbo. His asylum request was recently rejected in Louisiana, with the judge claiming he might not truly face persecution in Russia, a decision he calls bitterly ironic. "I could be detained and sent back at any moment," Krasnov says. "The Russian authorities know where I am. If deported, I'll likely end up in prison. Canada might be our only hope." Earlier this year, ICE deported at least 80 Russian asylum seekers on 2 separate flights, met on arrival in Moscow by FSB agents. Human rights activists fear a third mass deportation flight is imminent. Meanwhile, Canadian intervention has been slow. Ottawa has said any asylum requests will be considered on their merits, citing the Safe Third Country Agreement with the U.S., which usually prevents asylum claims from crossing the border. Polina Guseva, a 30-year-old activist who worked with Navalny, remains detained in Louisiana. While her asylum case was briefly accepted, the Department of Homeland Security appealed it immediately. "People are following the news closely," she says. If Canada opens its doors, even temporarily, it could save lives. Viktor Murikhanov, a 41-year-old anti-war activist from Siberia, fled Russia with his wife and teenage son after facing persecution for supporting Free Buryatia and Navalny. Like many others, he hopes Canada will offer a safe refuge where the U.S. has failed. As the clock ticks, the lives of hundreds of Russian dissidents hang in the balance. Will Canada step in before it's too late? The world watches closely.